Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it is Paydirt review time again. And for today, we're going to be going through some Washington Beach mining Paydirt. And this time, we're going to be trying out their Liberty Washington wire gold bag. Now, this one looks really cool. I love wired gold. I think it's really cool specimens to look at. But I'm going to be really curious to see how much I find in this bag. And by the way, this bag was leaking. The bag they sent me was leaking, so I had to put it in a Ziploc bag to contain all the dirt. But hopefully none of the gold escaped. But we're going to find out. They don't guarantee any specific amount, so we'll just have to see how much I recover. But I am really excited to pan this out. Hopefully it isn't as difficult as their beach sands Paydirt, because I've done that review before, and that stuff was really, really tough to go through. But we're going to have to see. Let's just go to the overhead, weigh this up, classify it down, and then we're going to pan it out and see. But first, here's their description. As you saw, a really detailed description for being so short. It's only about a paragraph, and yet they tell you it is a 1 pound bag from Liberty, Washington, how it should contain some Liberty wire gold, might have organics, that the gold will be minus 100 all the way up till plus 20, and a lot of other information in just one paragraph. So pretty detailed description. Now, one weird thing about their description, though, is this is their description off of their eBay account. If you actually go to their website to purchase this, the description is pretty much lacking, only saying that it's a 1 pound bag from Liberty, Washington, and not really much else. And that's pretty surprising to me, considering all they have to do is copy and paste from their eBay and post it on their website. I don't know why, but let's just weigh this up. It is supposed to be 1 pound. There you go. 1 pound, 0.7. So they obviously are over the 1 pound they stated. Now let's just open this up, check out some of the dirt. Could have just used the big hole in the bottom of the bag. As you can see, there it is. Pretty big hole. Which is why I'm not a fan of these coffee bags. They tend to just split. I will go through that before I pan everything out. As you can see, pretty dark material. It doesn't look like it's as much black sands as their beach sands material, but we'll have to pan it out to find out. And the material's not too heavy either. Not a lot of plus 10. I don't think anything in here really is over the plus 10. Maybe a couple little pieces. But let's listen to some music, classify it down, and then we're going to go pan it out. Oh, and one thing too is they do say in their description that you should look through the gold with a loop, and they do provide a loop. It came free with the bag of Paydirt I ordered, so that's pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of trinkets, but if you tell somebody to look through a loop and then you send them a loop, it's not bad. Now let's listen to some music. Okay, all done classifying, and as you can see, not very much in the plus 10, but pretty equal amounts in the other ones, maybe a little bit more in the minus 40. Now, I didn't check the magnetite in it earlier, so let's do that now. Decent amount, not too bad considering. We'll just have to see how much black sand is in this that isn't magnetized, but fairly decent a little bit in the minus 40. Now let's just go get some water and pan this out and see if we can't find some of this wire gold. I did see a little piece of gold in this one, but only one little speck. I didn't really see too much in any of the rest of it, but we're gonna have to pan it out to find it. So let's go set up the water and do that. So I have some clean water, have my pans, have the Paydirt, and let's just get started with the plus 10, see where this gold is, and listen to some more music. Well, all panned out as you saw, and it did have a lot of minus 40, which is typical of Washington Beach mining. But let's just show you all the gold I did find in this bag, starting with the plus 10. And there you go, as you can see, one little piece. Not even sure I would call it a picker. It is really, really flat. Now in the minus 10, plus 20, even more gold. A couple little pieces in there, probably about 10 or 11 of them in there. I have to say, I was really expecting more wire gold than what I recovered, and I did look at it through the loop they provided, and except for one little bitty piece, the rest of it looks like normal gold. In the minus 20, plus 40, even more gold, probably 30, close to 40 pieces in there. So a nice little pile. And last but not least, the minus 40, and even more gold. Again, a nice little pile, a lot of minus 40 in that pan. So let's just weigh this up, see what we get. Starting with the plus 10. 0.040. Minus 10 plus 20. 0.210. Minus 20 plus 40. 0.185. And the minus 40. 0.070. Let's just weigh it all up. Half a gram on the dot. So I'm going to be right back and we're going to talk about the difficulty of this Paydirt. Now for Paydirt difficulty, this stuff is really challenging because there is a lot of flour gold, a decent amount of black sands, and also a lot of the gold is extremely thin, flat, and really wants to either skate out of the pan, not bury itself underneath the black sands, or just float away. So for a beginner panner, this would be hard. For an advanced panner, it would be medium, and for an expert panner, it would be medium as well. Now, this would go up for advanced to probably hard if there was more flour gold. There just isn't that much at 0.07, where if you missed some of it, it probably wouldn't really count that much against you. Now, if this entire bag would have been all flour gold, those would have jumped up. But for beginner, hard, advanced, medium, expert, medium. And we're going to be right back with the ROI and the review. All right, finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review, and let's get right to it. This again was from Washington Beach Mining. It was their 1 pound Liberty bag from Liberty, Washington. Had no guaranteed amount of gold, but they do state they add gold. Its cost was $59. Shipping was free, so total cost right here, $59. Now, I did find it a little bit odd that the price on their website and eBay was the exact same, even though eBay charges them 10% to sell. But at least on eBay, you have a really good description. Now, the gold I recovered right here, 0.5 grams on the dot. Gold spot on the day this was received was $56.95. And yes, I've been holding this for a little bit of time, which makes the gold value right here $28.48, which means my ROI is 48.27%, or on my scale, a 4.8. I never like to be under 50% ROI, so it wasn't that great. Now, for fun factor, I'm actually dropping it down a little to a 4.5. I kept it pretty close to the 4.8, but the one reason I was okay paying a lot of money for this bag, knowing that I wasn't going to get a really good ROI, was for the wire gold. Now on eBay, they have a picture with a lot of the gold on there, and a lot of it has a nice feathered pattern to it that you will see from wired gold. So I was really hoping to get a couple pieces like that in here to add to my kids' collection. But there was only one tiny little piece that looks anything like wire gold. The rest of it just looks like plain regular gold, which I like just as much, but it just didn't make it as much fun when you're paying extra for something and there's really not that much in there. Now for Paydirt description, they're getting an 8. They have a really good description. It could use a little bit more detail, but it's really good considering it is only a paragraph long. And a lot of people think that I want people to have page-long descriptions. It doesn't need to be a page long. It just needs to tell you the information so you can make a wise choice on what you're buying. For quantity and packaging, they're getting an 8. 10 for quantity because it was over the 1 pound stated, but they're only getting a 6 for the busted coffee bag, so 8 total. Now for customer service and shipping, they're getting a 10. Customer service was really fast and the shipping was incredibly fast too. I've ordered from them in the past, probably 2 to 3 years ago and in between, and they've always been extremely fast with shipping and customer service, so they're really good at that. So total score right here for Washington Beach Mining's 1 pound Liberty bag is a 7.1. Not a great score. I don't know if I'd come back to this bag. I do like their beach sands bag because it is extremely difficult. And while you won't get a high ROI on that bag, at least it's really challenging and takes up a lot of time. This one I think was more for a novelty to see Liberty wire gold, and I just didn't really see it in there. So overall, not that great bag, not that great of a bag, but I do like this seller. He has a really good YouTube channel, and you should go check him out. It's Washington Beach Mining. He has a lot of cool tips on how to pan. He's got one of the better videos I've ever seen on how to pan fine gold, and it's well worth watching. And he also has some really good videos up of just them mining. So I do like his channel. Just I'm not so sure I like this bag of Paydirt from him. So now all that's left is to flash up the score and give away a 24 karat gold plated dime. So let's flash up the score right here. Now for today's 24 karat gold plated dime winner, that's going to go to the MHF Project. So the MHF Project, make sure you email me so I can send this off to you. And anyone else that hasn't won a gold plated dime yet, leave a comment below so I'll know to add you to my list. And to everyone else, thanks for watching, happy panning, and if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you hit the subscribe button below.